What's up, guys? So continuing on from the last video, so we left off with Tae. So Tae, in my opinion, is the scapegoat in BTS. Now we're moving on to Cookie. So in my opinion, Cookie is the golden child. Ironically, the original golden child is the scapegoat in the beginning. But the scapegoat is just very hard to control. They are very rebellious in nature. And this is why the narcissist takes on a very strong hatred towards the scapegoat and goes and picks someone else. And it's during this time that the golden child develops a very strong bond with the scapegoat. And I see this with Cookie and Tae. I do believe that the bond they have is genuine. I do believe it. The bond is built under severe stress and abuse. So it does look like sometimes like they might be dating or something, because it is very intense. Everything is intense when you are in that environment. But I do believe that it's real. They both feel protective over each other. This is what happens with the golden child and the scapegoat. They both feel like they have to protect each other, and the narcissist will come in between that. They will come and destroy that bond because they don't want the scapegoat to rub off on the golden child. They don't want the scapegoat. The scapegoat is bad influence. They are rebellious, they are lazy, inconsistent, they have a tendency to abuse drugs, alcohol. The golden child is competitive. They push themselves. They take it as a challenge. They take the abuse as a challenge, which is very dangerous, because they want to please everyone. They have been brainwashed into believing that they have to do their best at every moment and please everyone around them, including the narcissist. So the golden child is someone they become a perfectionist. They become good at everything they do until they burn out. They burn out physically and mentally many times, over and over. And it's a sort of kind of self-sabotage, I guess, but it's a very different self-sabotage. It's not like the scapegoat, where they go on and hurt themselves and destroy themselves. The golden child tries to do one better every time. They want to excel at everything, and they do excel at everything. Even if it is very taxing for them, and there's a lot of pressure that falls on the golden child because the narcissist has high expectations, and the people around the golden child have high expectations because they can see that the golden child is so good. It's so flexible, that they are so flexible, they are so reliable, they are very competent, they are very quick to learn. They understand that, if they can get everything done, if they can get the job done, then they are not going to get abused. So in essence, they take on that abuse, and, they abuse themselves by trying to be perfect. This is why he spaces out a lot. A lot of people have mentioned this. He spaces out a lot because that's what people do when you have been abused. There are many things that can happen. You can split, so your mind fractures and you have other personalities popping up. Other personalities will come up and take over, so you can have a rest. With Cookie, I think what happens is he just spaces out. I don't think he split. He just goes somewhere where he's comfortable, and this is what people do when they are under severe stress. You go somewhere and you feel comforted when you can't deal with the situation, and that's what happens. And that's why sometimes his face is funny. Like, he makes funny faces sometimes because he's not in control of his face. When you actually, when you daze off, you are not in control at that moment. It's kind of like Tourette's. But it's the opposite. You kind of daze off instead of kind of you don't get these seizures or whatever. You just kind of daze off, and it looks like an MK Ultra malfunction. And it is, I guess. So with the golden child, they go on to be a perfectionist. Everyone depends on them at some point. When they start becoming more mature and when they grow older, they start getting a little bit more, they turn into a bit of a diva because, they are so good. Everyone's always praising them. They do get a bit of a big head, and they do tend to expect to be treated differently. So the golden child does have a tendency to become an abuser later on in life. Not all of them, but most of them do. They do tend to, you know, abuse people. The scapegoat goes on to abuse themselves, and they do hurt other people by abusing themselves in the process also. But with the golden child, they do develop this sadistic streak also, and they tend to lash out at people more than, you know, hurt themselves. They also hold people to a certain standard, you know, just because they themselves hold themselves into such a high standard, they also hold everyone around them into a high standard. And this is where, again, you're going to find that the golden child has issues with the scapegoat or anyone else that is not pulling their weight, anyone else who's not trying their best. So in that way, the golden child does become unbearable and can be quite of a pain, really, in the group dynamics, because they do push themselves, and they are excellent at everything, and they expect everyone else to do the same. And, you know, everyone's different, people are different, you know, and they do have this bitterness, you know, also, that everyone expects, you know, them, the golden child, to do everything right, and everyone expects them to kind of get everyone else out of the rut or whatever, you know, whatever is going on at the time. So it is very sad because there is a lot of pressure in, you know, and I do see that with Cookie. I do see that there's a lot of pressure. So, and that pressure is what creates all this kind of spacing out and all this kind of quirky, you know, personality traits, because he's just constantly, you know, he's probably really, really stressing out when they are going to do a new comeback and stuff. That's probably the worst time. And then you have ARMY, who are always picking on him, and not just him. ARMY pick on everyone in BTS, but you have to imagine you are being abused, manipulated, you are, you know, you have all this pressure on you, and then you can't even be yourself. You know, I see that when he goes on his lives, BTS are always getting, what do you call it? They are always getting criticized. Like, guys, if you're listening to this, if you're one of those people, give them a break, you know. Let them grow their hair. Let them cut their hair off. Let them do whatever they want. It is so sad to see. These people are worked to the bone. They are worked to death. And then they can't even do whatever they want. The minute they are themselves, ARMY start going, oh, why are you wearing your hair like that? Why are you wearing glasses? I don't like that color on you. Do this, do that. You know, guys, this is why K-pop idols end up taking their life, okay? I know that I expose K-pop idols, but I feel sorry for them. I'm exposing them so people can see what's going on. I don't hate them. So this is why I'm saying, give them a break, you know, let them be themselves. Because if you let them be themselves, you know, the narcissists, the handler, the abusers are going to allow them to do whatever they want if they see that, you know, ARMY are happy. So please let them be themselves. You know, we don't want any more K-pop idols to go taking their lives. You know, have a bit of decency, you know. They are not robots. They are human beings. They have been abused from a very young age. We don't even know the extent of the abuse, you know. I'm just going from what I've been through and what happens when you are under, you know, severe narcissistic abuse and MK Ultra. So I don't know what they do, you know. Don't start, Red. Anyway, I think that's it for now, guys. I will catch you in the next one, okay? So God bless you and take care. And I will catch you in the next video. Bye.